Thank you very much. The ANC got it wrong when it stopped industrializing. Remember the Bantustans, typical Bantustans who had no idea what was happening in the world. But every big township of the Bantustans had factories. Yeah. They were producing things for themselves. I come from Sishiu. When we were growing up, we used to see people coming back from work, buy food. Because in the morning we won't see them, we're still sleeping. But in the afternoon, then it later made sense. They are working in the factories. They are producing clothes locally. Today, we don't produce anything. We don't produce toothpick. We don't produce the sticks of matches. And we expect to grow our economy. We have to, the ANC should have, from 1994, turned around the education, not RDPs. We should have made education free of charge, because the situation we find ourselves in now was deliberately created through education. For women, they were told you can't get educated because if you go to school, you won't get married. And then for men who had opportunity to go to school, Verwoerd said, what is an African child going to do with mathematics? Yeah. He was saying, mathematics is for higher jobs, and the higher jobs are reserved. Therefore, even if you have mathematics, you won't make it. So we should have given people free and compulsory education, that every child must go to school, and if that child is still very young, the parents must take the responsibility to make sure these children go to school, skill them, then from there industrialize and beneficiate. When you take raw chrome out of South Africa, I can guarantee you now, you are creating jobs where it is going to be processed, because it must be converted into steel. And that process, it is labor intensive. And that's why the Chinese take our chrome as is. So we take our raw material. If you take out a diamond, it has to be polished, it has to be cut, and it has to be processed into a finished goods, which we can do ourselves if we own our own minerals.
You're proposing 50% of the minerals to be beneficiated here in the country.
Absolutely.
By when? How soon do you think?
Well, in less than 5 years. In Nigeria, they just made a decision. France, you are going to buy our product with a market price. It's no longer going to be discounted, and it's going to happen now. So you don't need anything. You need a political will, a determination. But the problem is that you've got a group of old men and women who are compromised from CODESA. We don't know what the Oppenheimer family discussed with them when they went into exile. They said to them, we're going to end apartheid. You're going to come back and rule South Africa, and it is going to be business as usual. Meaning you don't tamper with business. You can do those things of yours of politics. Where we are working, you won't do that. They agreed to it. We just know the issues that are above. We don't have the minute detail of what really transpired, because why would a person be scared to remove a statue of Kruger?
You really don't know? You were in the ANC, you really don't?
We raised it there. You see, the good thing with me is that you can never put it to me that you're saying it now. You can go back to my videos, and I like these social media guys. They go and
bring back the archives.
Old videos. Yeah. I raised everything I'm talking about now. I raised it in the ANC. In the conference where I was re-elected president of the Youth League 2011, all these issues I'm raising are official resolutions of the ANC Youth League. Nationalization of the Reserve Bank, nationalization of mines, establishment of state bank, free quality, decolonized education, all of that. I raised it in the ANC. You go to FNB and listen to me speaking, Zuma sitting at the back and everybody else at Johannesburg Stadium with President Mandela being there, me speaking. I raised all of these issues. I was not leading a political party. I was not asking for votes. I was just raising these matters as matters of principle. So the point I'm making is, if you have not been compromised, why would we be scared? Leave the economy and everything. A statue of a murderer. Every town in the whole of South Africa, small or big, has got a statue honoring apartheid generals. And Mugabe said you can't tell me about South Africans are even scared to hit a stage of a white person. That's how much we are so compromised. So we need a new generation, which is not part of those commitments. We don't owe Kodesa anything. We don't know what these guys discussed. They've had their 30 years to deliver on the product. We're a new generation with new challenges, and we cannot dare to Kodesa minutes which we don't have.